guys, hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nina, also known as Teresa. Today is Tuesday the 22nd, and today is my doctor's appointment day. I have a few places to go today, but the doctor's is one of them to get test results. He's always given me my test results over the phone. So I'm nervous today, so bear with me today. I do know that I'm now diabetic, and I did see that on my test results, and he did convey that to me by email, but he still needs to talk to me, so I'm very worried about all my labs. Okay, today for eyeshadow. ColourPop Lavish palette. Beautiful palette. No mirror, but it is a cute palette. I mean, not just the palette itself, but, you know, the shades are beautiful. And then just in case I want to add a little bit more depth, I did get out the Morphe Just Say Zen 9Z palette. You can see it has some deeper purple in it and some brighter purple. So, and then everything else, you know, these two purples are pretty much consistent with what's in the ColourPop palette. So I have those out for my eyes. And I decided to go with CIATE London again today, but different. Instead of highlighter, I have the bronzer palette, and it's in Palm Island. See, that's why I have my glasses on, so I can read these to you guys. And then I have my blush is also CIATE London, and it is in Marbled Light Halo. So we'll see how that turns out. And I wasn't happy with the CIATE London highlighter yesterday. So I think I will use Morphe, and it is in High Impact. It's High Impact Highlighter Illuminator in the color or shade Extra. So hopefully it gives us some extra shine. I would like that. And I think I'm going to try this Ulta Beauty lip stain that they sent me to try for free. But I'm a little scared of it. I've never used lip stain in my life. And then of course I have my regular mascaras, my IT Superhero and the Benefit Cosmetics. They're real. And I think I am going to put some of the Essence Volume Booster Lash Primer on today. I think. And I did use the Clinique foundation and the Fenty Pro Filter foundation, but in the shade Lavender instead of Butter. And I'm trying to think if I did anything else different. I put on my perfume already. It's PRADA Candy. And I've got out the NYX spray, setting spray. It's supposed to give you like a satin dewy finish. And I do have out the Epic Ink liner by NYX in black. It's the liquid liner. I used my little favorite spongy today, of course, from Ulta. Oh, this is a blush I got out sitting here, but it's for me to give to one of my grandchildren. Whichever granddaughter I see first. We'll put it like that. So, for my eyes, we're going to do my eyes. I got brushes galore over here. But I got out exactly what I thought I needed. No more, no less. And these are not my favorite brushes. My favorite brushes I use for my, like neutrals, my browns and stuff. But anyways, okay, let's go in with something light, very light. Take off my glasses, that might help a little. I got my coffee over here. For my coffee, I use in the morning, well, all day, I use the Great Value brand from Walmart, and it's the breakfast blend. And believe me, I've done the mail order coffee pods. I've done Gevalia, Dunkin' Donuts, all of them. And I have a lot of favorites, of course. But this is my most favorite. I mean, it's really bold, but smooth. You know what I mean? I really like it. And man, does it fill a house with an aroma that just, if you're in bed, it'll get you up. But then I have my International Delight coffee creamer today in butter pecan, which is one of my favorites. And I also love the pumpkin spice coffee pods, which I do have, and I have the Great Value ones. Now, I mean, there is stuff that I do not like that is Great Value or any other generic or store-bought brand, but I try them all. You know what I mean? So, and I have the International Delight Pumpkin Spice Coffee Creamer also. But the Great Value Coffee Creamer in pumpkin spice, no. Well, it's called pumpkin pie. I hate it. But I do like the honey and cinnamon and the French vanilla. I mean, there's a whole lot of other ones that I like too, but I know you're not here to hear about my coffee. How's that look? I already have on some eyeliner, on my water lines. I'm going to just do this on the top lid. Okay, now we'll deepen it up a little bit in the crease. And blend it good. That looks good. And the other one. The weather today is only supposed to be in the 70s. So I like that better. You know what I mean? I like it when it's in the 60s. Yeah, then I can turn my central air off. And I like that because then my electric bill like cuts in half. So, yeah. Now, I was going to shut my central air off tonight. But, I mean, I don't turn it off on, depending on the weather. No. Because it takes just as much energy to heat it back up. I mean, to cool it back off completely. It has to work harder to get to it than to maintain it. So, tomorrow it's supposed to be in the 90s. so I'm not shutting my central air off. Because come morning, I'll need it again. So, but I know starting Friday it's supposed to be in the high 70s, but then at night it's supposed to go down into the 50s. And for an entire week after that, it's supposed to be in the low 70s during the day and the 50s at night. So, I will turn my central air off then. I mean, it'll probably get warm again, but I can see ahead and gradually increase it so that on the day it's supposed to be really warm again, I'll be ready. Instead of trying to cool it off completely all at once. I'll work my way up little by little. That's why it's good to pay attention to not just the weather for the day, but the weather ahead, which I understand weather does change. I mean, I live in Ohio, so I mean, it'll snow one day and be 90 the next. You know what I mean? But so weather changes drastically at the drop of a hat. You never know what to expect. I think I need a little bit more of the darker. You know, I went out, this is the Zen palette now, the Morphe Zen. I left the ColourPop palette and I did dip into the Morphe Zen for the corner. Okay, I think that's good. Let's see, we'll go up top a little bit. Get above my brow. Man, did I mess up my eyebrows today. I mean, to the point where I could have cried. I told you I am bad at my eyebrows because my eyebrows are thick in one place, thin in another, and I mean, so it's like doing my eyebrows is like, oh my goodness. It takes the most time. Look over in that mirror too. That's my double check over there. If it's okay over there, it's okay. Okay, now I kind of want to go with this brighter purple that is in the Morphe palette. Yeah, I like that. It's like, it's very buildable. I like it. And compared to the other purples, it's like adding a little sunshine to your day. You know what I mean? It just pulls that in. Now, my lower lid. I gotta blend this one a little bit. Nah. I'm gonna have to use this mirror. I don't see good, so And I can't do this with my glasses on, so I definitely don't want to look bad going to the doctors. You know what I mean? Okay, I think that looks good. I am going to take this and do my nose a little bit, just so I can put this brush away. A little bit up here. Okay. And the brush is gone. Okay, now I'm going to get these out of the way as well. I am going to put on a little bit of primer. I want it to dry before I apply my mascaras, so definitely don't want it mixing in with your mascaras. It'll thicken them up. Totally change the formula of your mascara, so you don't want that. I know from experience. That's why I tell my grandkids, same thing I told my kids. You know, like now, I'm almost 56. Anything I know, I pretty much know from experience, you know? So when I tell you I know, I mean it. I know. And I'm not going to lie about something I've said or something I've done. If you have to lie about something you have said or you have done or you're going to say or do, that means you're ashamed. And I don't feel like I should be ashamed of what I say and do. I'm going to keep it real. I'm me. When I get on here, this is me. I'm not being fake. I'm not being phony. I hate all the fakeness on YouTube and Facebook. Oh my God. You know, I'm not saying you got to let people in 100% into your life, but I am saying, you know, don't be fake. Be yourself. Be real. That's being true to you. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep it real. Bottom line. Wow. Get a lot accomplished while I'm talking, huh? I think I need to even the bottom one out on this side. Okay. It's like you could almost just wear that as a look. I'm going to try to dry it a little bit before I move on. I have a little desk fan over here too. Okay, now on to the bronzer. I'm a little concerned because it's a little orangey to me. At least that's how it looks. That is such a pretty purple. I wish I could find my lip gloss. It's actually purple. And it's very pretty. And I don't like to wear a lot of glosses, but I do like that. And it has like a minty taste and scent compared to the usual cupcake and cookie dough and cake batter and all that. I like the minty better, but that's just me. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's get a little bit, contour my nose a little bit. Just a little bit. I know I can't sing. I never could. I was even in the choir. When I was in school, I was in the choir. And I think I was a little better then, but with age, maybe it has something to do with the MS. But I can remember one time, me and my ex-husband, I can remember it distinctly. We pulled up in the Hills parking lot, the old department store Hills, which is long gone. Our kids were in the back seat, and I don't remember the song that was on, but I was singing it with the radio. That man asked me to be quiet. I mean, at the time, it hurt my feelings. He told me, he said, you just can't sing. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, and you think you can, because he can't either. But he puts a lot of heart and soul into it. But he can't carry a tune in a bucket with a lid on it. You know what I mean? So anyways, neither can I. But, it kind of hurt my feelings when he told me that then. I mean, I'm to the point now, I'm very thick-skinned. If anybody could hurt me, it would be my grandkids or my kids. That's it. I am very emotional. You know what I mean? And I do feel pain for other people. I feel their sorrows and their sadness and frustration. It's like they give off a vibe, and I'm there to pick up that vibe. I catch on to that vibe, and I can tell you're upset before you even know you're upset, you know? But I think that looks good. So the bronzer isn't that bad. It's not orangey to me. It looked like it in the pan, but looking at it on my laptop, it doesn't look that bad. Or in the mirror, it's not that bad. And the same thing with the CIATE London blush. I do like it. It looks very pretty. I am going to get a little bit across the bridge here. Maybe a little too much. Okay, so I did like that. That turned out good. So now the highlighter, the Morphe highlighter. I am going to hit my nose again. Right there. Gotta have a little shine. How's that? It's not real bling bling shine, but there's some shine. We'll leave it at that. How about some setting spray? Giving my eyes time to dry here. Whew, mama. Give that a dry. I wanted to wear my one hoop earrings today, but my granddaughter borrowed them for her first day of school, and she forgot to send them back with her mama when she picked up my grandson, Reynaldo, my little sweetheart. That kid is something else, I tell you. My daughter told me he was watching my videos yesterday with his mom, my daughter. And he told his mom, he said, Nina's so beautiful. And I'm like, he always says stuff like that to me. He always, when I'm doing my makeup or just sitting in the chair, he'll bust out and tell me how beautiful I am. And it just really touches my heart. And he will tell me I smell like flowers and roses. And he does the same thing with his mom, too. And a little girl in school, too. So I'm going to blot that off. Oh, well, I was going to blot it off with tissue, but it's really not blotting off. You can see a tiny, tiny bit, but that's it. Well, I hope that looks okay. It would help if I could see better. I am going to put a little bit of this up top there and give it a minute before I move my eye, because I always have that bad luck of transferring my liquid liner. That's why I don't really use it a lot. I'm not crazy about gel eyeliner either. I like just a regular old-fashioned wooden eye pencil that glides well, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but back in high school, junior high and high school, we used to take a lighter, because that's all they made was the wooden pencil. And we used to take a lighter to it, and I know my daughters did too, so that it would go better on, your eyes. It would be darker. Otherwise, it pulled, it tugged, and it wasn't that dark. But if you wanted to get the best out of it, you used a lighter on it. See, I'm probably going to mess it up. Well, I did what I said I was going to do. I messed it up. Well, hopefully doing my mascara, you won't be able to see where I messed it up. Or I could dot some eyeshadow on it. Yeah, I need to learn to listen to myself sometimes and quit while I'm ahead. Blend that a little bit because I forgot to. I talk. Therefore, I forget. Yeah, I am going to try. Let's see. I think this one would be good. There we go. Problem solved. Perfecto. Mascara. Yeah, there was a lot of things different when I wore makeup when I was in junior high and high school. Um, especially now when I was in junior high, all I wore was purple eyeshadows. I mean, I didn't try any other color. I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't hear of it. But when I got into high school, I started wearing more of the browns. And of course, I didn't go all in like I do now. I wore eyeshadow. Um, I used the cake eyebrow powder in the cake, and I do my eyebrows, and that's how I underlined my eyes. I used that as my liner, and I liked it like that. And then I wore foundation, liquid and then powder, the pressed powder. And I put on a tiny bit of blush and mascara. But it was pretty basic. It probably took me maybe 10 minutes to do my makeup. That's it. So as I got a little older, I took a little bit more time. But I didn't really change my routine much from what I wore until I got like into my 40s. Then, I mean, I was divorced and I was able to spend more time on doing my makeup. I was able to spend more money on makeup. So, you know, I loved it. I loved makeup. I always have, but I just hadn't been able to really get into it. So then after I was divorced, that's when I really got into makeup a lot, you know? So, but yeah, that's, you know, makeup, it's like art. You know what I mean? It's like art to me. That's, you know, just me. Not everybody feels the same. Well, that's drying. I'm going to take this and kind of blend it all a little bit. Yeah, see, I like that better. I mean, I like it better when it's blended nicely. I remember when I was a teenager and I worked at the country club. Um, the owners knew I was underage, but they didn't know how much underage I was. You had to be 21 to work there. I lied. I said I was 18. They didn't even check because they were paying me under the table because I was supposed to be 21. And I was actually 15. I was 15 years old. I made a couple $100 in tips, 3, 4, every night. Even like when we did like parties, like the schools and everybody would have their parties there, Christmas parties and such. I made mad money. So, and every night we got, after the night was over, we all sat down together around the table with the owners and such, and we had porterhouse steak, New York strip steak, twice baked potatoes, broccoli, and for me, I had a little bit of apricot brandy. And yeah, I was 15, but they thought I was 18. So I worked there with my friend Diane. But I did. I made really good money. Um, I had a great time until my mom made me quit. I think it was when she found out they had me bartend and she made me quit. Or was it when she found out that we were having brandy and Windsor and Coke? Or Canadian Mist and Coke? Cold duck. I mean, we had quite a few things in the evenings after everything was over. The owners treated us very well. Very well. So, and during parties, I was a server, and it was nothing for me to get an elderly man a cup of coffee and him hand me a $50 tip. So, I mean, yep, I made mad money then. And I was just in high school. But I bought Jordache jeans, high heel clogs. I mean, my blouses with the collar up and a tie on. My hair was a little long then. So that was before I cut it all off. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I did. I remember doing the school's Christmas party, and one of the teachers attended that lived right down the street from us. And he saw me, and I was like, crap. I think he's the one that told my mom that I was bartending. My mom didn't know that I served alcohol and all that, or that I even consumed alcohol and all that. But, it was fun. And my friend Diane, she was a little bit older than me, like maybe about, let's see, over 10 years older than me anyways. Much. I mean, but it was like we clicked, and I fell in love with her kids. And her husband was really nice too. So she lived right across the street from us. She became a very, very good friend, very dear friend, and a lifelong friend at that. So, I mean, the good old days, huh? Okay, I think that's good enough. Take my ponytail out. I always put my ponytail up so my hair is not in my way, because it's always in my way. When I do laundry, I gotta put my hair up. When I cook or bake, I gotta put my hair up, So, because when I lean forward, it all falls in my face. Get the hair out of the brush. I hate hair in the brush. So I will always clean it out when I use it, sometimes twice, like now. This is the perfect example, because I got a little wave up there coming in. I think it's from the ponytail. But maybe today, I don't use this often because I don't want to make my hair oily. But it is by, let me see, what I do with my glasses. See, when I take my glasses off, I can't see to find the darn things. Andrew Fitzmom's Prism Shine. So, it can leave your hair kind of oily, so you don't want to use it abundantly. You know what I mean? And you don't want to use it every day, that's for sure. I mean, I can go a couple months and not even touch it. My hair's a pain in my butt, though. So I'd say everything worked out pretty well today. I guess I'm not afraid of the lip stain anymore. It turned out pretty good. My eyes turned out pretty good. Now see how thick my lashes are from using that primer? I mean, they stand out more from using the lash primer. I used to use lash primer every day. And, I mean, I swore by it. But then I noticed that it also started thickening up my mascara in the tube. So I don't use it like that anymore. But I do use face primer. Most of the time I'll use eyelid primer, which I did today. And it was the Elizabeth Mott Thank Me Later. I used that today. I have other ones up here too, but then I have a ton of them. I have face primer and eye primer. I will never have to buy primer again. That's how much I have. And I always get little samples that come from Ulta that adds to that. You know what I mean? So it's like, at some point, I may have to start giving it away. My granddaughters, I don't know if my granddaughters would use it. I always tell them that they have such perfect complexions. You know what I mean? And they don't need any face makeup on. They do their eyes, and that's all they need to do. You know what I mean? And plus they're a little bit dark. Well, some of them are a little darker complected. Some of them are way darker complected than I am. A couple of them, like my daughter Juliana, she's like me. She's almost see-through. She's very, very, very white. People always tell me, you need to get some sun, girl. I know I do. But I don't want no sun. I mean, melanoma. Hello. Anyways, you guys have a great day today. And I will try to do so myself. So take care. Bye-bye.